Hey everybody, Whitney here. I'm coming to you really quickly because I wanted to do something. About 2 months ago, I ordered a book that I was really excited about, and it's a book that defends Christianity. And so I wanted us to take a moment, and I wanted to invite some of you who might be interested in reading this book to read the book with me. This comes in a number of different ways in an interesting season. One, it's coming on the back end of a hero of mine who just died, Ravi Zacharias, a big hero of mine. I've been watching Ravi Zacharias videos of his speeches that he's given. I've been watching his Q&A sessions where he answers questions from skeptics in the halls of the highest levels of academic life. I've watched Ravi Zacharias as he preaches in churches. I've listened to Ravi Zacharias on podcasts, and I've followed him for many, many years. And I really, really appreciate Ravi Zacharias, and his death this week has been sad for me. But nonetheless exciting because he's lived a life that was worth living, and he did an incredible job throughout his life of demonstrating the kindness of God in the way that he dealt with those who wanted to belittle his belief and to trap him and to make him look foolish. And so I've loved Ravi Zacharias, and his death has reminded me that I actually got a degree in defending Christianity because I love philosophy, I love thinking. Ravi Zacharias was a huge part of that. And so now, on the back end of his death, I've been thinking, and I've been looking at my bookshelves, and I've been realizing that I bought a book about 2 months ago that I would love for anybody who's interested to read through this book with me. I'm going to start reading through it in 2 weeks. And so, the book is called Confronting Christianity. It's not a book by Ravi. He has a bunch of fantastic books. This is a book that's written by somebody that knew him, somebody that worked with him, somebody that studied under him. Her name is Rebecca McLaughlin. Let me see if I can angle that. There we go. And it's called Confronting Christianity. And it basically, the entire book is centered around, each chapter focuses in on a different question that is a challenge to Christianity. And so, hey, Sebastian, I saw that what you said there, man. I've been impacted so much by Ravi. I think about Ravi was the first person that I ever saw do a sermon jam, or I saw somebody take a clip of his speaking and put it to a beat and a rhythm. And man, it was incredible. Blew my mind. There's one about truth. There's one about fear. There are all kinds of them. But I love Ravi. But nonetheless, it led me into a life of the mind where I want to worship God, not just with my emotions through singing, but also with my mind through learning. And then also I want to be prepared, as 1 Peter chapter 3 says, to give a defense of the joy that is within me. And to be able to give a defense, you have to know what questions people are going to ask, and that's what this book will help with. It's going to focus in on some of the questions. And so I'll read you real quick some of the chapters. The first one is just, aren't we better off without religion? That's a really, really great question when you're looking at guys like Sam Harris, the late Christopher Hitchens, Richard Dawkins, all of them. This is their primary argument, that the world would be a better place without religion. Doesn't Christianity crush diversity? This is an important one in our modern world in the United States of America, where there is a need for diversity. And sadly, as Martin Luther King said, churches, there's an hour on Sunday morning that is still the most segregated time in any given week in America. How can you say there's only one true faith? Doesn't religion hinder morality? Doesn't religion cause violence? Can you take the Bible literally? Hasn't science disproved Christianity? Doesn't Christianity denigrate women? Isn't Christianity homophobic? Doesn't the Bible condone slavery? How could a loving God allow so much suffering, and how could a loving God send people to hell? Those are the 12 chapters that we would be reading together. And the way this would work, I want to invite you. You order the book. In 2 weeks, I'm going to start basically just doing an online Zoom call. And if you say that you want to be a part of this, all you have to do is comment on this video, and I'll know that you want to be a part of it. And I'll put out another video in another week to give you another opportunity to do so. But you order the book, comment here, let me know that you want to be a part of it, and then I will get you on a Zoom call list. And basically we'll read a chapter and then we'll come together and we'll talk about it together. And there will probably be a little bit of other things that we may do. I may invite some other people to share. I may invite you to share if there's a chapter that really speaks to you. We'll iron all of that out on the first Zoom call when we talk to each other. But at the end of the day, I want to grow in my ability to answer those who have questions or concerns about the faith. And so if that's you, if you are listening to this and you're thinking to yourself, yeah, those are really good questions that I've been afraid to ask, I want you to know you don't have to be afraid to ask a question of Christianity. God's big. He can handle whatever question you've got, and you're not smart enough to stump him. So anyways, join me if you want to. I would love for you to. Just be a fun way to do to grow together and to confront some of the difficult questions that Christians are asked. So anyways, would love for you to join me. Comment if you want to. I'll be back again in a week to remind you about it. You have 2 weeks to get the book, and then we're going to start these Zoom calls for whoever wants to. If there's 2 of you, great. If there's 12 of you, we'll see how we make all of that work. So anyways, I would love for you to join me as I'm trying to grow in my knowledge and understanding and faith in Jesus.